All right, so let's talk about making the basket for our counterweight. If you're the group member in charge of this, you'll want to go to your basket tab for parts. If you don't have a tab, then click the plus and create a new part studio and call it basket. There's a lot of ways you could do this, and it's really completely up to you. I'm going to show you how to do this with a tool called Laser Joint. And to do that, my first step is going to be to create a form that I kind of want the basket to take. I'm going to do this by creating a sketch in my front plane. And I'm going to make this basket sort of a rectangle shape. So starting at the origin, move this out here. I always want to be giving my sketches dimension as soon as possible. So let's make this a 3-inch basket by 3 inches. Okay. And it needs something to hang from. So let's go ahead and put a hole directly above the center point here. Something like that. And I might use like a 1/4-inch dowel rod. We got plenty of those in the makerspace. So let's dimension that to be 1/4 of an inch, 0.25. All right. Let's grab my circle tool and let's make a larger circle outside of that of 0.5 inches and grab my line tool. I'm just trying to enclose the space around here. You'll notice when I draw this line that I can make a little symbol, a couple of little symbols appear. The first one means coincident, things are touching. But if I have her right here, right in the middle, you'll see a symbol looks like a circle with a line leaning against it. That's the tangent symbol. So if I click then, I'll know that this line I just made is tangent to that circle. Let's try it again from this side. Up here, there's the tangent symbol. Click right there. Now you'll notice that this top part is still blue. It's not fully defined. So if I don't have any tools selected, I can move it around. Oh, I can move it up and down. So that means I need to add dimension up and down. I'm going to set the center of this hole 1 inch above there. There we go. All right, so this is going to kind of be the general shape of my basket. Click the green check mark. You can see the drawing there. I'm going to select 1, 2, 3 areas right there and extrude them. The width of my base is the 2x4, so it's 3.5 inches wide. I'll make this 2.5 inches wide just to be kind of safe to make sure it fits in there. And click the green check mark. So there it is. You can see it right there. That's the shape I'm going to use. That's not my basket. This is just a shape I made that's going to help me make all the sides. This is sort of a little trick I've learned for using the laser joint tool. So now that I've got it made as part 1, I can select any surface I want. Let's say I select this front surface, and I can select extrude, make it a new piece, but instead of having it go out, if we click this button here that says opposite direction, I can send it back in for 1/8 of an inch. You'll see it's overlapping here. It's overlapping, but it's a separate piece there. And just click this green check mark, and now I've got this piece. If I hide part 1, I can see, oh, that's the front panel of my basket. And I can do that with this piece here. Let's do 1/8 of an inch. Make sure it's a new piece and it's going into the basket. All right, that looks good. Let's do it on this side as well. Into the basket, 1/8 of an inch. It's a new piece. And this back piece here. I'm going a little quickly through this. This might take you a little bit of time, but I'm essentially taking every surface that I want to be a solid piece and extruding them backwards. Of course, I need the floor of this basket. Let me extrude this 1/8 of an inch. Let's reverse the direction into there and click the green check mark. Okay, at that point, I've done it all. It's probably hard to see, but if I hide part 1, the original form, I can see all these parts I've made. They represent different surfaces that I could laser cut out pretty easily. You'll notice that they're all 1/8 of an inch thick and that they all overlap at the corners. So I did this on purpose so I can use the laser joint tool. To use the laser joint tool, you're going to have to find your extra tools here. At the very end, I've got all these extra tools. And you might not have the laser joint tool installed yet. If you can't find it anywhere, I'm going to post a video of how to install this tool. This is a custom tool. So check out that video. But you're going to click the laser joint tool once you have it. If not, go check out that video. I'm going to select parts to join. I'm using the automatic laser joint tool. I'm going to select parts to join. I'm going to select part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All the parts I want. I don't need to select that base form. That's not actually a surface that I want to turn into this laser joint. And what you'll notice is that it's starting to make these corner little interlocking joints. And I can select how many interlocking pins there are on each side by changing this number. Let's say I want there to be more. I'll click 5, and you can see there's a lot more of them now. I think 3 was good. Let's leave it there. You can see how all these parts go. And if it looks good, I just click the green check mark. Hey, there we go. So what it does is it looks for wherever that overlap occurred, and it sort of alternates between which part gets to occupy that space. And so it turns out these really nice pieces that can be laser cut, and then they fit together so nicely when you use a little bit of wood glue. So that's how you would make the basket. Or at least one way you could make the basket.